It's week 14 of the...
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. Straight ahead with Hubbard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Panthers.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Young. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You talk about this Seahawks defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. Don't let him dink and dunk all day long.
And that nearly an interception here on his opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Here is Young. Completes it to Jennings. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game.
Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So from the 37, here's second down and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. A toss left side for Hall. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The Seahawks at 9-3 here on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now here's Young.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know, it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
They'll drop to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And running with power here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. as they've got it as we resume action. Hall again on second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll go again with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. At the Panthers' 13-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall.
And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Panthers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
That's pulled in at the 32. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
The Seahawks offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards the pickup there. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd down at the 28-yard line.
Back to the ground with Hall.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
A little juke. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Xavier Legette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
On third down, here's Hall.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. That's caught by Jennings. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now Young. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jennings. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 3.
Final play of the half. Young. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Pass interference. Defense.
So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Deontay Johnson, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jordan Love, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Drake May, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He may go.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Paul on a give up the middle.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Now a play fake here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 9.
Back to throw here. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers offense and Xavier Legette set to take over once more. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Young to throw it.
On target to his man, Likely.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Young will set to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw, Young. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Young.
Right side, there's Likely with it.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
4th down, Young. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks 1st down as he's up to the 24. A handoff for Hall. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give to Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
He'll look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down. The tight end in motion right. Young.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a third down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Young now from the 50.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. He'll take it inside the 25.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Right back to Hubbard.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by a field goal, 1:12 to go. They'll look to throw. shoves him aside. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now 2nd and 4.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Back to throw.
That's complete right side to connect.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Here comes 2nd down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Panthers going to get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
15 yards there for number 15. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Now Young.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here is Young.
Complete to Likely.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it. They don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. Young to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Young working out of the gun. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. It'll be Young again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal.
Hubbard.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And out now come the Seahawks.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This to potentially get out of here with a tie. And his kick here is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back up beat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
A throw left sideline for us, incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get the series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Looking deep for Jennings. And that is incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and very rarely in the National Football League you tie. But that's what we had here. Each team with a field goal in the extra session, but nobody could separate.
I'm glad you went in that direction because I thought the next thing was going to be, and sometimes it rains, but that's not really the case here, right? Look, if this is college football, they keep playing. You know, they're going to break that tie and continue to go how many overtimes it takes. Postseason football, we're still playing. Period to decide it. This one we get field goals on each side, and guess what? The end result's the same. Tie, off we go. Let's move on to the next one.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.